Hello, this is Barney with Russell Real Estate, and today I wanted to go over why becoming a homeowner is so important to improving your net worth. So basically, this first article I wanted to go over was from Keeping Current Matters, and it will actually show us how many homeowners basically gained in their net worth over the past 12 months. So they have a brief description of home equity, and they talk about home price appreciation. When we look at the map here, you could see how many, like basically what the average homeowner gained in equity, so gained in their net worth just by owning a house over the last year. So this is year over year from quarter three of 2022 versus quarter three of 2021. And I live here in Northeast Ohio, so you could see Ohio as a whole. Homeowners typically ended up gaining about $21,000 in equity year over year. So I wanted to see how accurate that was for my area in particular, as opposed to all of Ohio, because there are certain parts of Ohio that obviously your local market's going to be different. So I looked up the sales price average, and I expanded the search criteria a little more than I typically do. These are still a lot of the areas that I typically serve. So that's what we're looking at as far as school district, and that's how I sorted it. So parts of Cuyahoga County, parts of Lorain County, most of Medina County, and then parts of Summit County as well. And as you look here, you can see the home prices have been going up steadily every single year, with the exception of one year where it just barely eked out with an edge. So that's from 2014 versus 2013. But what we're looking at here, you could actually see in the primary areas that I serve, we saw $33,000 in home price appreciation over the past year. So that's the cool part, where I serve in Northeast Ohio. So typically it's really just the central of the northern part of Ohio. We are well outpacing the average for the rest of Ohio. So that's a good thing. The Cleveland market has been going up. And as you can see, so $33,000 increase this past year. There was a $26,000 increase the year before that, and then a $21,000 increase the year before that. So what this equates to, because I ended up wanting to see what our delta was for the year over year change in a percentage. For 2022, we are up for these areas 12.64% year over year. In 2021, we were up from 2021 to 2020, we were up 11.13%, and then from 2020 to 2019, we were up 9.5%. If you're wondering what the average was over the course of the past 10 years, we were actually averaging an increase of about 6.5% every year, with basically most of the numbers ranging between 4 and 7%, from 2013 to 2019. Again, with the exception being 2014, where you gained 0.61% as far as the home price appreciation. So that also got me to thinking, as I'm looking here, the sales price average 10 years ago was $155,000, and then the sales price average this year was $293,000. If we're doubling that, that would be $310,000. So we're not quite at doubling it in 10 years for your home price growth, but that is actually something that you commonly hear. So how often does real estate double in value? And essentially what most people say is about every 10 years. And that's essentially what I showed you right there. So again, the Ohio market is going to be a little lower than the overall quote unquote national market, just because you'll see higher price appreciation in the Sun Belt, coastal cities, West Coast, things like that. So we typically are a little behind that, but we also don't usually see prices decrease in value very much either. So You don't have as much offensive power, but you have a better defensive strategy when it comes to building your overall net worth. So I thought that that was really cool. And then last thing that I did want to address, so there's no article here, but I did want to actually just kind of go over this because I've heard about people talking about, okay, our home price is going to go down next year. Well, in my market, I really don't see that happening. I did say I made a prediction a few weeks ago that basically I think that our home price growth is going to be basically like 5% for the next year, which is going to be a big drop off from the past 3 years. But that just means that home prices are decelerating, but they're still appreciating. So they're still going to go up in value, in my opinion, but they're not going to go up as quickly. That being said, if they did go down, say they went down 10%, well, if they went down 10%, that would be $29,000 less than what we saw this year. You would still be above what we were at in 2021. So that's just something to keep in mind. The sky is not falling. It basically just means that even if the average priced home sold for 10% less than it sold this year, we still would basically be at 2021 numbers. So I don't see that happening. You can see based on the data that I'm showing you that it has not dropped that much. Basically, and our data doesn't go back far enough, but from what I understand, basically the only time that that's really happened in Ohio was in 2008 when basically that was happening nationwide. So I don't see it happening. If you have other opinions, other questions, definitely feel free to leave it in the comments or to reach out to me personally. I would be more than happy to talk with you about anything related to real estate, especially here in the Northeast Ohio market. Again, my name's Caleb Barney, and I'm a realtor with Russell Real Estate, and have a great day.